Hey everyone, this is Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology, and you are watching the Reducing the Dosage series. So hello, in the last video I was telling you all that I was going down by 0.1 or 0.2 milligrams a day, whatever I was deciding on, with my liquid solution that I got from the compounding pharmacy. And so I decided to go down by 0.1 milligrams a day, and I used this handy dandy little syringe. Yeah, ooh, look, ooh. I can't tell if you can see that or not. But anyways, yeah, so I can easily tell like how I'm going down basically with the syringe, which measures in 0.1 milligrams. And so it's been 16 days since I was at 12.5 milligrams, so do the math. I'm now at 10.9 milligrams. God, I hope that's right in terms of the math, but yeah, it should be. Yeah, so I'm at 10.9 milligrams, and I have a little story to tell you about how the first couple of weeks went on this new medication. So that's sort of the dosage. This is sort of like what I've been up to and a little bit of the dosage story. I'm trying to outline these videos a little bit more succinctly, but honestly all these things sort of blend together. So for the last couple of weeks, the first couple of weeks I should say, from when I started going down from 12.5 milligrams, I was feeling okay for a little while, and then things just started to get really hard, like really challenging. I mean, this feeling of impending doom just like weighing down upon me, and this feeling in my body like I was dying, like I was smelling of death, this like fear of being seen and wanting to hide, and I was having the most intense suicidal urges that I've ever had, honestly, in my life. And they were really based off of this feeling of just like, why do I feel so terrible? It was an unnameable terrible that I could hardly even handle in my body, let alone in my mind. My mind was racing like, oh God, oh God, oh God, like how am I supposed to tell people about this? I mean, my nervous system was just racked. It was racked. Like I could hardly function except when I was like focusing on work, but any time I went beyond that, it was like, oh God, like I don't know if I want to be here anymore. Yeah, and you know, I was really sort of going into that feeling and just being like, wow, and learning about it. I'm reading a book, Suicide and the Soul, and kind of learning more about the suicidal urge because it comes up for me. It comes up for me. When I get really overwhelmed with emotions or with anything. It's like, why? Just get me out of here. And I was really honestly reaching a point where I was reckoning with that with myself. Like, you know, maybe I don't want to be here. Maybe I don't belong here. Maybe, you know, and I was really, it was really scary. And fortunately I had a friend, at least one friend, who was able to really be with me during that time and me describing what I was going through, how I was feeling. But over the weekend, as I was camping with this person, I realized that I may have not been taking my medication for 12 days straight because on this handy dandy bottle, it says, shake well. And if you can see, at the bottom of this bottle, there's all the medication. And here's the solvent. Okay. I was not shaking this bottle well. I was not, bad Kelly Janae. I was not following these directions, which I wasn't really like told to do, but I mean, I can read, right? I'm an adult, so I wouldn't blame anybody. And I didn't blame myself either, but when I found that out and I looked at the bottle and I was like, oh my God, I may not have been taking my medication for 12 days. So that means I went from 12.5 milligrams to 0 milligrams, essentially. Cold turkey, on accident. Okay, so I started taking the medication properly after that, and everything got way easier, okay? Way easier. Oh my goodness. And I'm not saying that like my problems evaporated, but I'm saying like the problems I was having were unnameable, just like body. It was my body. It was like having a panic attack constantly while also being really calm, which I think actually panic attacks are sort of like that. So I wonder if that's what was going on for me, was that I was having a bodily panic attack where, like, mentally and logically I was like, there's no reason for me to be having that right now. And so, gosh, just word to the wise, shake your freaking medications. Read the instructions. If something's off, tell people. And I guess I'll get to the point, or to the next section where I'm talking about kind of what I've been up to and how I've been feeling. And that is how I had been feeling for about 12 days, was overwhelmed with emotion, completely, honestly, suicidal and reckoning, really questioning, getting to that edge. I was on the edge. I was on a knife's edge. Like, I was not planning to kill myself, but I was, like, at the point where I'm like, well, maybe I should start, you know, because this is really shitty, and I don't want to feel like this anymore. And if this is going to be my life forever, not even any of the circumstances, like, the circumstances themselves are whatever they are, but just the way that I was feeling. And so I was sort of, I was really concerned that the way I was feeling was directly related to my circumstances, which my circumstances are not that bad. They're pretty freaking good. I have things I want to change, but don't we all, you know? And so it was really disturbing and really shaming. Felt very shameful for me, to have these intense feelings of wanting to kill myself because of just how terrible I felt in my body when it seemed like nothing was wrong. And, you know, I tried to open up to certain people about it, and it's a really, really difficult topic for a lot of people to handle. I was, you know, really vehemently told by somebody, like, you need to go see a therapist because people can't deal with those emotions. And I'm just like, you know, that was really discouraging for me, to just be like, wow, can I not open up about how I feel? And being isolated in that intense emotion of suicidal urge is probably one of the most dangerous things that a person who has that feeling can do. And so this is, to me, it was a really huge learning moment about how important it is for me to speak up for myself, first of all, to advocate for myself, regardless of what I'm going through, regardless of how other people may take it. It was an opportunity for me to advocate for myself, to say, hey, I'm feeling this way. I don't have plans. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but this is happening to me, and I need you to know about it because we live together, because we're friends, because I need support, and I can't handle this alone, and I'm so confused. And so it was huge for me to have that moment of just like, I have to claim what is happening for me in the way that gives me power. And I did that. And, you know, thankfully, like, it didn't keep going after I stopped the medication. But goodness, like, there's just a huge lesson in that to be learned, I think. And, yeah, for anybody out there who deals with suicidal urge, I really hope that you have somebody who you can talk to, who doesn't, you know, shame you or, like, point you in the direction of, and say, no, you need to go to a therapist right now. Because guess what? I've been trying to get a therapist for, like, the last 2 weeks. No, one therapist that I would like, she's full. The other therapist, way too expensive. This therapist doesn't deal with people with suicidal urges because she's uncomfortable with it. And then the next one, I'm like, well, do I even need a therapist? Will they even understand my situation? I already go to therapy every week. So it's like, is that even really what I need? So yeah, it's just been like a really deep process of like, what do I need? What do I need? And it's not just like this, like, I need, me, I'm extracting, I'm not okay. But it's genuinely, it's more like tuning in. It's a learning how to tune in and really figure out what I need. And also to let go of the shame behind any of the feelings that I'm feeling. Any of them. You know, everyone's going through shit. I can go through shit, and I can show up in my relationships, and I can still be loved by people. I've seen it happen in this last couple of weeks. It's proven to me. It's proven to me, this experience of fucking up, so to speak, has proven to me that I am worthy of love, that I'm worthy of love, that I belong here, that I am here and people love me regardless of what I'm going through, and that I'm strong and that I'm beautiful. So that's been huge. Wow. Pain is the most powerful teacher I know. Yeah. And, you know, this whole process of, like, getting really close to that brink of, like, being in death has also brought me more peace with death. And I think that for me, that's really important. I feel like at some point in all of our lives, we have to reckon with death. And a lot of times we reckon with death before death comes, and that's probably wise, because death's going to come, and it has before come, and it's here all the time. Just as we're living, there's a process of death going on. So it's actually given me a much deeper appreciation for the non-duality of life and death, and how rather they are one unit that operates as a system. And so yeah, I'm actually a lot more comfortable being in that dark place than a lot of people are, and I see that that's sort of a part of my gift. And so yeah, there's always gifts that arise from these challenges, so I'm very grateful for it. Other than that, I have also been noticing that my Kundalini Yoga practices and my meditation is increasing my focus a lot, which is amazing. And I guess I'll just go ahead and go into the healing action section of this video, because what I've really been doing still is a lot of the Kundalini Yoga practices, meditation practices. I've also been tuning in more with some spirit guides and tapping more into my energy field and learning to look inside of myself with my mind's eye and really develop these higher sense perceptions. And that's really been initiated a lot by my working with an energy healer in the area who is amazing, very supportive of me, and just being in her presence and knowing that there's other people out there who really do feel and see other worlds, because I sense energies, I see spirits, I hear them, I hear their messages, and I'm learning, I really want to hear them more and be able to channel them. And so that's given me a lot of clarity about what's important to me, and maybe that's not what's important to other people, but for me, that ability to be a channel, that ability to have those extra dimensional guides around me has been really important. So I've been doing a lot of that magic. And let's see, reading. I've been reading fiction, which has been great. Just reading some like fantasy fiction, which has been really nourishing for my soul, and also like paralleling with my life, the story itself, of course, that seems to always happen. I've been reading more astrology books, which always makes me happy to learn astrology. Let's see, I'm making more videos. These are all healing actions. Something that I intuitively came up with in my mind when I was laying in a tent in the early morn was this pyramid, putting a pyramid on my third eye. This sounds really, I mean, maybe it doesn't sound weird, but I just had this like thought that, I'm trying to focus my mind, and it feels like my brow chakra is just like there's so many little vortexes in the third eye chakra, and they were just like blah, blah, blah. That's what it felt like. And so I was like, I need to focus them. And so I started visualizing a pyramid on my forehead and feeling my third eye kind of pointing in one spot. It really helped direct my energy. And then I already had this sort of quartz pyramid. And so I started laying down and like putting it on my forehead while I go to sleep or while I meditate or do yoga nidra. Yoga nidra, I've been doing that too, which is like resting yoga. Like my body's going to sleep. Yeah, it's the best thing ever. But this has really helped. This has helped my sinus issues. It's helped my congestion issues. I'm serious. What I want to do is to get a shungite pyramid and really put that on my forehead, because that's going to clear a lot of the negative beliefs and the limiting beliefs. But this does a really good job too. Yeah, so if you can't tell, like my whole life is basically healing actions. Honestly, it really is. Like I just have been developing more awareness about why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, I've even gone out and started like buying makeup for myself and doing more skincare routines and noticing that I want to give more love to my body. And in doing so that way, I'm giving love to myself because I take care of my body to free my soul. That's sort of been a mantra that I have. So I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling more confident in myself. I feel like I belong, and I feel like the sense of belonging it's my right. It's my birthright, and knowing that my soul chose to be here is a really comforting thought, and not just a comforting thought, but it feels very true for me. It feels very true. So yeah, next steps for me are to continue taking my medication properly, and also to smile, and to keep doing my yoga, to keep making my cookies, to keep being myself, and really digging into what that means, and to keep living one day at a time, but also to have these longer term goals, and to really just open up my nervous system, my energy field to what's possible. Stay positive, keep nurturing my positive relationships, and I keep clarifying my intentions every single day. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about life, is that every single day we can clarify what we want and our intentions. Every morning when we do our yoga, we can visualize ourselves doing what we want to do, being who we want to be, feeling how we want to feel. And it can change every single day, and we can forgive ourselves. And we can forgive ourselves, and we can mess up, and we can forgive ourselves, and we can mess up, and we can forgive ourselves. And we can love ourselves no matter what. So I encourage all of you to do that, and I hope that you do have the support that you need to move through whatever it is that you're moving through. I love you all so very much, so much, it's ridiculous. And I thank you for watching this. I hope that you subscribe to the channel, because that helps me know that people are finding this helpful. And yeah, I'm on Instagram at Ethereal Ecology. Other than that, that's pretty much the main social media. Love you. Peace.